Hey everyone, welcome to another Refill with Pastor Mag. I'm Pastor Mag. Just got back from Rapid, getting things done for church and picking up the kids from school. But I wanted to spend a little bit of time with you before I go offline and I spend some time with the family today. We are in we are in Psalm chapter 74. So let's like we always do, let's read it and let's dig on in. Let's read. The psalmist says, "O God, why do you cast us off forever? Why does your anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation, which you have purchased of old, which you have redeemed to be the tribe of your heritage. Remember Mount Zion, where you have dwelt. Direct your steps to perpetual ruins. The enemy has destroyed everything in the sanctuary. Your foes have roared against in the midst of your meeting place. They have set up their own signs for signs. They were like those who swing axes in a forest of trees, and all its carved wood. They broke down with hatchets and hammers. They set your sanctuary on fire. They profaned the dwelling place of your name, bringing it down to the ground. They said to themselves, 'We will utterly subdue them.' They burned all the meeting places of God in the land. We do not see their signs. There is no longer any prophet, and there is none among us who knows how long. How long, O God, is the foe to scoff? Is the enemy to revel your name forever? Why do you hold back your hand, your right hand? Take it from the fold of your garment and destroy them. Yet God, my King, is from old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. You divided the sea by your might. You broke the heads of the sea monsters on the water. You crushed the heads of Leviathan. You gave him food for the creatures of the wilderness. You split open springs and brooks. You dried up ever-flowing streams. Yours is the day. Yours also is the night. You have established the heavenly lights and the sun. You have fixed all the boundaries of earth. You have made summer and winter. Behold this, or remember this, O Lord, how the enemy scoffs and foolish people reviles your name. Do not deliver the soul of your dove to wild beasts. Do not forget the life of your poor forever. Have regard for the covenant, for the dark places of the land are full of habitations of violence. Let not the downtrodden turn back in shame. Let the poor and the needy praise your name. Arise, O God, defend your cause. Remember how the foolish scoff at you all the day. Do not forget the clamor of your foes, the uproar of those who rise against you, which goes up continually." Wow. So what do you think is going on in this passage? Well, it certainly looks like the people of God, Israel, were not feeling like God was taking care of them. In fact, it looks here like the temple, which was in Jerusalem, was being destroyed. People were coming in and maybe even putting in their own gods or putting in their own theologies on things, and they were destroying the things in the temple. Sounds kind of like life on a regular basis. Now, not literally. I mean, when's the last time anybody has gone into a place where you worship and destroyed it? There are times those things happen. Their evil is amongst us, and I don't think it will ever change. The world is not the most perfect place anymore. Ever since we introduced sin into the world, it's a place where sin, that imperfection, runs rampant. And yet, at this time, the Israelites had people destroying the things of God. I think here in verse 5, as they were like those who swing axes in a forest of trees, and all its carved wood they broke down with hatchets and hammers. You can imagine God, or you can imagine the people as they went into God's house and going, just smashing things and destroying things. And honestly, with some of the riots we've seen, it's not that far from what we've seen on the news many times. You know, these things will happen. And what's our heart cry out when those things happen? Whether it's to us, whether it's to the place we worship, or somewhere else, what does our heart cry out? I think verse 10 says it. How long, O God, is the foe to scoff? Is your enemy to revile your name forever? Why do you hold back your hand, your right hand? Take it from the fold of your garment and destroy them. You know, often that's how we feel. And it's understandable when things like that are destroyed. We wonder why God is allowing it to happen. Why doesn't he come out and smash them back the way we want them smashed? And yet verse 12 through 17 says a lot. He says, yet my God is from old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. And then he talks about the power of God. He says, you divided the sea by your might. We see him do that several times in the Old Testament. You broke the heads of the sea monsters on the water. You crushed the heads of Leviathan. Leviathan is referred here. We see it also in Job. It was essentially a dinosaur, a sea monster that could just annihilate some amazing things. Now some say it's like an alligator or a hippo. If you read Job and you read Leviathan, there's no way Leviathan is a hippo or an alligator, okay? Leviathan was a mighty, mighty creature. And it's saying here that our God, the God of the universe who created everything, split them open for creatures of the wilderness, split open springs and brooks. You dried up ever-flowing streams. God is the most powerful there is. He created everything. He can destroy everything. And so in verse 18, remember this, O Lord, how the enemy scoffs and foolish people revile your name. Do not deliver their souls of your dove to the wild beasts, and do not forget the life of your poor forever. Is God going to forget us? No. God will never forget us. In fact, it talks about God having Israel written in the palm of his hand. It also says that those who have trusted Christ as their Savior are written in the Lamb's book of life, never to be taken out of it. It says, Jesus says that his sheep, those who have trusted him, are in his hand like a Hot Wheel in the hand of an adult as a toddler tries to pull it out. It'll never get pulled out. He'll never forgive us. He'll never forsake us. So, which is true? Yes, which is true? What we feel, how God should react, or what God says is true, how he reacts toward us? Good question. And that's the key here. Which are you going to say is true? You can say it's true how you feel, and it's true how you feel, but it's not true about God. Or you can say, no, what God says is true. I will trust in what he says. And God says he will take care of us. And so even when we feel like God isn't taking care of us, he's not doing what we want, he's not doing it how we want him to crush and destroy, which are normal feelings, we need to rely on who he is, his ability, his power, and what he says he'll do, which is he will never forsake us. He'll never allow us to be turned or destroyed with his wrath. He will always protect us the way he sees fit, the way things are right. Now, today's not really mushy and gushy. That's not really what we want to hear all the time. And yet it's important to recognize that what is true supersedes how we feel. You know, it's been a bit since I've been able to spend some time with you on these refills. So glad to be back here with you. Looking to make sure we keep doing this on a regular basis. Thanksgiving's coming up, and I want to make sure you guys are enjoying that time with your family. And so also, and you guys all know the deal, we meet at 10:10 every week at Crossroads at Church in Crossroads, Custer, South Dakota. We'd love to have you join us. Now, many of you can't come here because you're all over the country, and that's okay. When you vacation here, come say hi. We'd love to have you. Come tell us you watch me on Refill, and that way it's just a really cool way we can connect. We also meet on YouTube. That's right, we stream YouTube 10:10 Mountain Time. We'd love to see you on there. Pop in the chat, let us know, and that way we can continue to connect. Because through this COVID stuff, sometimes we don't connect like we need to. So make sure we're connecting together. But whether I see you in person, or whether I see you online, or whether I see you when Christ returns, I'll see you real soon.